after that decision point is made. So the value to the manufacturer at the end of the day is less. How do you propose on selling the manufacturers on less revenue?
I'm glad you asked that question. So the thing that we offer to the manufacturers when we go to pursue them initially is that, okay, I'm up here buying Prego, all right? I've scanned it, I bought it, and I want to move on, okay? But what we offer to them is, okay, manufacturers, if they don't find a coupon for Prego, or your coupon happens to be a better offer, we're going to immediately serve it up on the screen and allow the user to say thanks or no thanks as soon as they scan the Prego item.
You scan Prego, it's 25 cents off.
It's 25 cents off.
But there's 75 cents off for Ragu.
Exactly.
And you're like, screw the Prego and buy the Ragu.
Exactly. It'll come right back to their screen. It comes up underneath the little scan bar and says, hey, there's a better offer, yes or no? And we'll say, no thanks, move on, or take it and keep going.
Yeah, we're sure coupons are similar.
Or I might actually encourage you to think about the fact that a lot of manufacturers don't know a lot about their users because they're going through retail chains, right?
Right.
So if you are a manufacturer, you might say yes, as long as I get access to user demographics. And me as a user, I might say, yeah, I'll spend 10 minutes filling out a demographic profile on myself if I get the app for free.
And that's what the SimClick Pro is typically for, is we actually ask for demographics. And we may consider doing the free option, but we feel like not having the ads onto your phone and always having that upsell to new features that are added as they come with that one-time purchase is going to be something that they would definitely consider. But we will ask, key demographic questions to also sell to manufacturers.
So I think what Nicole was saying was that I think regardless of whether it's free or paid, getting that demographic information is going to make you money in the long run no matter what.
Right, and I work for a marketing firm now, so I know how valuable that data is.
The manufacturers are spending a ton of money to print all of these paper coupons that people go through and cut out. And even after they spend all this money printing all this paper, they're not getting any demographic info because people are just cutting them out. There's no barcode on these coupons. They're not finding anything about the customer. We can serialize those coupons, have barcodes on them. We can get that demographic area.
So one thing I'm sorry, go on, Eric.
How difficult is it to get manufacturers to get the coupon?
Well, the thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually approach the people who've already done the coupon aggregation. So coupon.com, for example, they've talked to all these manufacturers and they've made deals where they can come in and get coupons, but theirs are printable and you just have to go online and click them and download them and whatever. We're going to approach them first and try to tie in. We've found a couple of APIs where we can tie in and get this information and go to them. That's the first revenue model, the first one that we can release. The second future revenue model is actually going directly to the manufacturer and saying, look, we got 100,000 users here. Would you like to be a part of this type of system? And here's how we're going to offer you a value add.
Yeah, and the manufacturer, that's going to be the key piece. And honestly, it's one of the hardest pieces for us that's going to connect the dots. Is that we see this as definitely the future. It's not a matter of if, but just when all these coupons are going to go digital. The retailers have already bought on. The manufacturers are a little bit behind the game. They're not quite there yet. They're still doing a lot.
Right, but they're already working with Target and Kroger on a limited basis promotions.
So this could be huge, but I have one question about like the end of the supply chain, which is, are the existing point of sale systems capable of scanning QR code?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, the Target systems are already doing it. They have to have optical scanners, but the 2D barcodes are scannable by some of the linear ones that are still like in the Walmarts and stuff, right?
So the retail industry is a really long tail of really ancient POS systems and POS for a reason.
Well, most of those barcodes are linear barcode scanners, but most of them will still pick up not only the 1D, which we can definitely render for them because there's the easy translation, but we can also turn around and render the 2D codes from that. A lot of them will read as well, all the way up to the QR optical. We don't have to go QR initially.
And so I work in retail. I don't see POS being a problem. If anything, it might be an upgrade of the scanner. They might need to get optical scanners, but the POS.
But we can launch it without them having to upgrade anything.
But so you guys don't see the POS systems as something that would slow down your market growth?
No, I don't think so. Because like I said, if we work with those back-end integrators, what they do is they produce unique serialized numbers, which is how they track for the manufacturers.
Right.
We can render a 1D barcode, if that's the most popular, or a 2D barcode with that unique serial number.
But the issue is that a lot of POS systems won't see.
Right, well,
so
we
you
know.
might have to have a scan to see the number.
Yeah, if it doesn't scan, they might have to hand key it.
We've tested it, and we can usually, off the smartphones, because of the way the screens are rendered stuff, they usually scan fairly well.
And Starbucks is already doing this. They have their loyalty program.
And
You can now
Target's
scan
doing it,
scan your
Those
card.
are all scanning one things at a time, scanning multiple items. There's a lot of patience already because a lot of people come in with coupons.
Yeah, and you sit there and you
We're
pick,
used
oh,
to
that
having
one's not good,
patience,
yeah.
but we have patience to tap through your buttons and mix.
It's not going to
Who's
be
gonna
any.
facilitate or will that be an automatic?
We've looked into trying to get it as soon as it scans to scroll through, and that's one thing we were talking to the developers about. If that's a possible feature, we'll definitely add that in. Right now, we have that next button, so it's not much slower than scanning that paper coupon. To scan it, hit next, scan, hit next. It's not going to take too much, we're talking fractions of seconds.
Again, please, guys, speak up so everybody in the back of the room can hear you.
Sorry.
So just out of curiosity more than anything else, right now you're scanning, let's say a wine bottle or whatever the case may be. That's going out and searching an API.
It's going to use the API to tie into the back-end systems of the coupon people, the coupon integrators, right?
Right.
So they've got a data warehouse of coupons already.
Right. So what's preventing someone else? I'm just curious. What's preventing someone else from coming in and doing exactly what you're doing?
Absolutely nothing, but the thing is nobody's doing it.
Okay.
And where are you guys execution-wise?
We went from the idea that I came up with in November to the last 2 days. We're completely integrated socially. We have a working iPhone application which you can get with Eric, and he'd be happy to show you. It doesn't tie into the back end yet, but it does have all the front end
The
user
missing
interface.
piece is the back end.
And,
Finding that database of e-coupons, working with manufacturers or coupon
Right.
aggregators, get digital coupons, database of those.
And we're actually already being followed on Twitter, and we've had 25 hits just this morning, just from putting on there what we're doing and would you be interested. I mean, people are already generating interest. Go ahead, I'm
Well, I was
sorry.
wondering, when do you launch? Is that a typical question for you? Because you don't want lots of negative misses all the time,
Right.
frustration in the early days with a negative
Right.
image of your app.
So our first launch would be a beta test where we go out to beta users and we say, hey, look, you help us test this. We have a certain subset of questions that we'll need back from them about their experience, okay? And then we launch the actual one.
Yeah, we definitely want to be stealth in the beginning.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we
we
don't
can
want
be
that
stealth.
getting after, because there's going to be bugs worked out because no one else is doing this. We're trying to figure this out.
Well, it's on Twitter right now, so.
Yeah, well, the concept is on Twitter, but yes.
Do you see the actual retailers as being a roadblock to you, since you could be infringing upon all of their programs and all the information that they hold so valuable?
I don't think so. They seem to actually be the ones, they're the early adopters. All of the people out there that are serving up retail type coupons, the retailers have been the early adopters of these digital coupons. They like them. They, as their statistics said, they've seen a 15% increase in per store visits on the people using them. So I think they're actually going to embrace it because the Target type systems are not sustainable. That means that company has to go out and create their own system. In the case of this one, they're using QR codes, so they have to update their optical scanners. It's a lot of expense for them. In this case, we just come in and you're like, there's no muss, no fuss, just scan and go.
Same like my Safeway card, for example, that I sign up for, it does a similar thing in the sense that it does a similar concept in that
Right.
one click and it automatically applies all the discounts
Yeah, but
against the things I purchased. So
Right.
is there a way that maybe that's a different route into it, is where you have your barcode is your unique ID of your person, and you've got your list of what you purchased, which might simplify without having to have those barcodes switched and flip. Just a thought.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, because Target's the only one right now that's proprietary. Target's the only one that's proprietary, and we know that the retailers are willing to work with companies like this because they've already given that information we were talking about for their specific coupons for their loyalty programs. They've opened up that system to some of those other companies we had on our slides. What we're trying to do is we would like to add that type of feature into
It's
it.
a new feature,
It's a new
yeah.
feature later on, but what we're trying to do is get rid of that whole, have to sign up and be a loyal program. It doesn't matter what store you're at, you've got all these coupons at your fingertips.
Right, exactly. We don't want our users to have to do anything except go shop and get savings.
I was just going to ask, you guys talked about scanning things as you put them in the cart.
Uh-huh.
I absolutely hate the grocery store. So the longer I have to spend there fighting people
Right.
through the skinny aisles because they've gotten skinnier and the carts barely fit next to each other and, reaching around people and then scanning them, putting them in the cart. Is there a possibility for the future where you guys could actually say, okay, I'm going to buy Ragu, I'm going to buy
Yep.
white bread, I'm
Yes,
gonna buy all this
that's actually an
stuff.
added feature. So on
Ahead
our
of time.
Pro version, one of the things that we're gonna allow is for people to upload their grocery list.
Awesome.
And let's say they're not brand specific, they're like, I need spaghetti sauce, I need bread, I need milk. Please go out and find coupons for it, and I'll go pick the ones I want.
Cool.
So we
So
talked-
that is an added
we
feature.
See,
talked about
oddly,
that
I would actually not do that as a pro version.
so-
I would do that for free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We think there's two different types of
Yeah.
demographics out there. That immediately, the biggest untapped market
Right.
is people like me who I don't coupon because it takes so much time. I'm just not, it's more of like a single mom type thing. It's, what's that? So I think that easy, simple to use. You don't have to do any planning. You're not spending. You're not spending the time cutting them out. It's simple and right away. I think later on we can attach the current marketplace that's already there. The users that do like to plan, they like to go into the grocery store with a huge list and they have their 100 coupons in an envelope already cut out, right?
Yeah.
So you can, on our website, you create a profile, you upload your shopping list, it goes out and finds coupons for your items for you, then downloads it to your app, and you walk in with your list and your coupons already on your phone ready to go.
So now the only other thing I would ask, because one King Soopers to the next one to Safeway, they're all different. You could somehow crowdsource what's on each aisle and then tell me which aisle to go to, which item to grab.
Oh.
Then I don't have to spend any time
You know
there.
what?
I mean, I'm lazy as hell, so that would be
I love this.
fantastic.
Yeah.
This, if I were at
Show me
home
where
and
to
I
go.
scan the barcodes of what I have at home and I'm ready,
Even
and I
better.
go, okay, I'm gonna go shopping, and it's done in
Tell me
2
where it
minutes.
is. Right.
Yeah, you and I would be really happy.
I know that.
I
Go to
don't know
aisle
if I-
2, go to
I
aisle
missed
5, you're
this,
done.
but on Twitter, we've got a question. I'm tweeting about you.
Sorry.
The question is, can you get coupons delivered to mobile phones based on checking into locations? Like check-in geolocation based?
There are some people already working on that, but then it's one of those things where you have to go log in, they push coupons to you, and then you search through them and pick the ones out. We don't want anything else, so we just like, if I'm buying it, show me some, give me some samples.
You can do that. You can do locate. It knows you're at Safeway, and I'll show you Safeway coupons.
Yeah.
But you have to be a Safeway loyalty member to use them.
Got it.
See me after, I have a $3 million idea.
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
Something to kind of be cognizant of is I have experience with POS systems like Whole Foods. Every store uses a different POS instance, either NCS or IBM.
Right.
They don't put the same coupons in the same stores. Each region has different coupons.
Location based.
And everything is done literally by hand. Whole Foods employs hundreds of people to type in coupons by hand. So to ignore that, coupons and the POS system is not going to be an issue, I think it's going to be a big mistake.
Well, we're banking on the fact that, first of all, we know that there's merchants already doing this on a location basis with the manufacturers doing the coupons in those specific POS systems. The other thing we're banking on is, like I said, by 2014, the digital coupon world is going to be a $44 billion business. It is the wave of the future. It costs them too much money to print those things, to process those things, to send them back in. They want to get away from it.
Oh, it's a great idea, but just because a register can scan a code
Doesn't mean they can
doesn't
process
mean
it.
that it's
Right.
in the database in the store.
Right, so it will have to stay location-based, which is what the coupon aggregators already do for us. Thank you, though.
Colin?
Yes, for a revenue model, have you considered just taking a percentage of the money they're saving?
I'm not sure if this answers your question, but when you work with the coupon aggregators, work with the manufacturers, for every coupon redeemed, they get a percentage of that? Is that what you mean, or did?
I mean, not even mess with the manufacturer, just when I scan a $1 coupon, you charge me 10 cents.
That's an interesting
Yeah,
concept.
we didn't think about that. That's-
Yeah, think about that one.
Jill?
My question was about how many trees. I'd be curious to see, once we go to all electronic coupons, what the impact is on the environment.
On the environment,
How
yeah.
many trees are we saving?
Yeah, that's a good point. Any other questions?
Any other questions?